Alright guys, so quick recap. Um y'all are on the island of Grass Knolls. You finally escaped the ruins that y'all spent like however long in. Like the last like 4 or 5 episodes, you know. Um Y'all got on a ship that y'all named, was it Carpe Diem? The Carpe Diem?
Yeah, I think
SS
so.
Carpe Diem? Something like that. Um, y'all met Cookie. Cookie's really, really cool. He was like, hey, I'm friends with the captain who used to work with Osna. The ship is y'all's. The crew belongs to Osna. The ship belongs to Osna. Um, we live to serve. Hurrah! Y'all came to this island. Y'all were warned. They're very anti-siren. Like there's little lamp posts along that glow blue whenever Osna gets close. There was children playing jump rope games and singing songs warning you about sirens and stuff. As y'all decided y'all wanted to explore, the party made a very crucial mistake. Can anybody remind me what that crucial mistake was?
Splitting up.
Splitting the party.
Mm-hmm. So, Amari decided to go loot the cemetery by herself. Osna and Rhodey decided to try to catch up to her and check out the cemetery. Andre decided to go with Clank and check out the shops, leaving poor Darwin with Celine. Or no, Serenity. Her name was Serenity. Who you all thought was a human. She was in fact an evil damsel devourer. And boy did she devour. She devoured Darwin straight whole. If it wasn't for our fact that our brave barbarian, Andre, came to the rescue, poor Darwin would be he'd be a goner. And Osna, while this was going on, Osna made the discovery that somebody with the same last name as him used to be buried in the cemetery. And that is where we left off.
So where's Tinka in all this?
Tinka was asleep on the ship. Tinka was a very heavy sleepy.
There is a issue because originally me and Rhodey were going to go murder somebody, but if Rhodey's not here, I don't know how to do this.
Most of us are back on the dock by now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Osna would just say, all right, guys, pack up. It's time to go. We need to get out of here within the hour.
Exactly. Besides the siren we just murdered. Broad daylight.
It wasn't a siren you murdered. It was the damsel devourer that you brought with you.
Fey creature, basically.
I don't think Andre would know the difference.
I mean, if it was a siren, all the people who lived in the village would be celebrating right now.
Gotcha.
And Cookie doesn't care. You didn't murder Asna, so Cookie doesn't care.
I think if we stay here much longer, it will be very dangerous. We need to leave as soon as possible. I'd rather leave before the hour's up.
Cookie says, alright, there is one more stop that we need to make, before we can go, to one of the other continents that y'all said you wanted to go to. There's another island around here called Waven Tokix Island. And there's somebody waiting for us. If that's alright.
Anything that gets us away from here.
Well, if I have an hour, can I go check the shops?
That is up to the rest of the party.
I
It
have no
seems like one-
objections, but the ship is leaving in an hour, so don't get caught.
From the shops, but I wouldn't mind doing it again. Be a little bodyguard. In case another Serenity pops up.
Alright. Looks like Tinka and Andre and Clank are gonna go check out the shops again. Cause Clank always follows Andre now. So where are you going first, Tinka?
I want to see if there's any curio shops kind of things.
Any what?
Like curio shops, um antique or things like that.
Stuff to sit around and get dusty.
Oh, I mean there is a blacksmith shop that is way, way, way up here. Yeah, I need to change my color because somehow I am not the color I want to be. Way, 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 way up here at the very top of the map, there's a blacksmith shop.
I don't need a blacksmith shop.
And I mean, they can make you like little glass stuff as well. Other than that, most of the shops here are gonna be like groceries. There was a little shop that had potions and stuff, but Clank kind of already cleared that one out.
The thing like an antique shop or anything like that, like
Not
weird and
really.
mysterious. No.
The most
Okay.
weird and mysterious thing is probably gonna be the cemetery, the volcano, and what's past the volcano.
Oh, we don't have time for that though.
Not really.
Okay, never mind then. I'm just gonna stay on the ship.
Alright. Amari, you and Rhodey were wanting to murder somebody. I don't remember off the top of my head who you guys were wanting to murder.
The person that was defiling the graves for your family. For Osna's family.
Did we ever say who that was?
Nope, because that's what Rhodey was going to go investigate. She was telling the ship that she would be right there, and then we were going to go do that as my character was scouting out and eavesdropping.
Yeah, and my response to that immediately would have been, "We're leaving in an hour. Don't be too long," which might not be enough time to fully investigate.
So, if you wish to ask the shops and see if maybe somebody knows, you can, or if y'all want to come back, because this is a permanent island. You can always come back to this island.
No, he can't, because the person driving is Osna, and Osna doesn't want to come back here. Because she even says she wants to get away from here.
Maybe one day our travels will lead us back.
All right. Uh, I guess put it up to a vote with the party.
Well, I mean, Asna's already said she doesn't want to have any sort of repercussions on those people, and that things are taken care of and we should go. So that's her vote.
Well, this is Asna's ship, so Tinka's gonna stay on the ship.
Salwin, Andre, y'all have been very quiet.
Start dealing with some stuff on the side, but yeah, I'm thinking maybe it is time to leave. Unless there's an objective that we failed to meet on here.
I agree with Gowan. If we don't have a real reason to be here, our driver wants to leave. I do not want to be left here.
I know Rhodey wanted to find out who the person was desecrating the graves and stuff, but we may have to just set that off to the side for right now.
Yeah, and there's something interesting going on with that volcano too, which we can figure out at some later time.
Out of character, I completely forgot about the volcano.
Yeah. In character, I'm hoping that the other Amari is with us the next time we come here, so we don't have to worry about dealing with murder.
My defense, I didn't have the other Amari come out. It was a mistake.
In her defense, she is correct. The dungeon master made an error. But also in the dungeon master's defense, moving on. All right, so the majority has voted to leave Grass Knolls with the possibility of coming back. Cookie has informed Osna that the ship needs to make one last stop at another Usper Island. So we are going to put you back on the ship. That is not at all what I wanted to do.
I have to go take care of something. I'm going to be AFK for a few minutes.
Okay. I will make sure, if you don't mind making sure you're muted. Alright. Alright, here's the ship again. This person y'all killed, so we're gonna get rid of her. For those of you who forgot what the ship looks like, this is the ship. If you are not full health already, go ahead and put yourself at full health, because it's gonna take a day or two to travel. And in case you forgot, y'all are... Where's my little thing? Y'all are here at Grass Knolls, and you are heading straight for Waven Tokix, in between a couple unnamed islands.
Is that where our next stop was, or did we have a stop before Waven?
That is your next stop.
All right. As we're sailing, I'd probably ask Cookie, what exactly are we planning to do at Waven Tokix?
Well, your previous captain said that there is somebody requesting to meet your group. They were aware that you've been in the ruins this entire time and are wanting to meet you. Apparently you're the first group to make it out of the ruins alive.
Now, forgive me for the statement, but that seems a mite suspicious. How did they know we were in the ruins?
I don't know. I'm just the messenger. This is all old Cap told me. Forgive me, new Cap.
Maybe we should inform you of something we found there. There's a magician of sorts who has been preying on the residents of that area, and there's a good chance that he's out and about someplace, looking for us. Maybe if he knows about us.
Well, it was never explained how you got in the ruins. From what I heard, you got put in the ruins like shortly after you left us, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Honestly,
That
I
is
don't even
a
know how.
mite suspicious.
I don't even know how long ago that was.
That was about a month ago.
And I only remember a couple of few days being in the ruins. So that's some time lost, I guess.
All right. Um, as y'all are like having conversations and resting, and I'm assuming singing jolly things with the crew members because the crew members like to sing. You find yourself at this delightful place.
Oh, I just remembered. If I go to sleep at all on this boat, I randomly teleport a mile away due to wild magic
Yep.
during the fight. So during the night, I'm going to teleport into the ocean.
Well, it's a good thing you have wings.
Yes, that is true.
Uh, I guess Cap hands you like, or not Cap, Cookie hands you like copious amounts of coffee and goes, "Here, we came prepared."
I hate coffee as I start sipping.
That solves that problem. So as you arrive, y'all are at this little dock, and look at that. I I was not planning on y'all killing that person so soon. It's okay though. Rhodey is going to be napping on the ship still, so ignore that. Welcome to Waven Tokix. As y'all are disembarking, y'all see if I can find what I am looking for. Come on, Albert, work for me. I had this all planned out, and now it's
Oh, it's
not one.
huge.
There it goes. Okay. This person. Why are there two? Oh, probably because I
Oh, they're
lagged.
twins.
This person and this person. Waiting for you at the docks. And let me scrunch her back down. The gentleman in green steps up as if he's expecting you. And he goes, "Why, hello there." In a very friendly voice.
Hello, I'm Captain Osna. That has a weird ring to it. Were you the one expecting us?
Yes, yes. My name is...
Let me guess. Bruce. You look like a Bruce.
You know, that is eerily uncanny. But no, my brother's name is Bruce.
Ah,
My name is,
Oh, so cool.
believe it or not, my name is Broly.
close.
I am a diplomat from the great blood kingdom of Draix. And my associate here and he gives like a slight dismissive gesture of this she's not important. Uh well, she's not important. She is merely a bodyguard to protect me from this riffraff. Gesturing around to his surroundings like looking at in disgust at like the villagers that are walking by and stuff.
How can we help you?
Well, see, I am here to pick up the quest takers and bring them to the king of the Blood Kingdom. For he has a reward for you. In return, he wishes you to undertake a quest.
I mean, that's all well and good, but you must understand we've all been in some sort of cramped situation for quite some time. A little bit of freedom does everyone good. Perhaps we'll make our way over there shortly.
Well, time is of the essence. You see, the king is throwing a rather, shall we say, exclusive ball, and you all are the guest of honor.
How
Might
does he
I?
even know who we are?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, that's
Well, you came out of the ruins, did you not?
How many people were spying on that island to somehow get that information to you guys that quickly? That makes no sense.
As far as we're aware, only the people aboard our ship and the people inside the
Yeah.
ruins know where we
Because
came
when
from.
we came out, the only people that were in that area was the people from that ship. So, do we have a spy on your ship, Asuna?
I hope not.
I'm just the messenger. I was told to collect the prophesied quest takers and bring them to the ball.
Could I
Many
roll
people
an
don't trust this person.
could I roll an insight on this guy and his it sounds like his exclusive ball could be an exclusive trap, perhaps.
Sure.
That's a natural 19 plus 5 for 24.
So you can see, like, he is completely relaxed. He is mildly irritated that he has to explain himself more than once. But as far as you can tell, he is in fact a diplomat. You look at his hands, he has no calluses. This man was born with a silver spoon. You don't even think he's ever held a weapon a day in his life. Like, he is literally just there to pick you guys up and take you to the king. And
And-
even this is kind of annoying to him.
And
And
what
what about
if
the
we
other lady?
refuse?
When it's time, the other lady, or the lady behind him, she is, as he said, his bodyguard. She's got a sword, she's got a bow and some arrows. She's very well armored. She looks like she has seen some things. And she is very much on edge.
Sorry, Andre, go ahead.
I was just asking the man, and what if we refuse? Because this is a really weird ask.
Well,
Someone who was spying on us.
um, I was not told to take no for an answer, but I also was just told to come back regardless. I mean, if I can't do anything if you say no.
Do you
I'm a
have
diplomat. I don't get my hands dirty.
Do you have a deadline for what day this party is supposed to happen? Perhaps we can make our way there.
Yes, I do. So it is in 2 weeks' time, and it takes about 10 days to reach Draix. And the port is right next to the kingdom. So you would have 4 days of relaxation, get to explore the city a little bit before the ball. And the king has promised you the finest rooms, whether they be in the castle or if you wish to rest elsewhere in the kingdom. And he will provide the finest clothing for the ball. His tab, of course. All your food would be paid for during your stay. And I don't see why you can't charge some of your shopping expenditures to his tab as well. Just don't tell him I said that. And he kind of looks down at the back of his hand like he's examining his nails. Like he's rather proud of his little joke, even though he was completely serious, trying to be enticing.
Your offer has been noted. If we can make it, we'll arrive in 14 days.
Very well then. Is Cookie available?
He's a free man.
I had all these tokens sitting in this map, and none of them seem to be where I left them. Alright.
While you're doing
that's the one I
that,
had.
that's the one that's labeled Cookie on the ship, but not the one labeled Cookie everywhere else.
Yeah, that wasn't Cookie.
The shipwright is the one you have labeled Cookie everywhere else. But while you're doing that, out of character, I plan to discuss with everyone else to see what everyone wants to do, rather than make a decision without investigating.
My character does not trust them because it makes zero sense how someone knew that we even got out of the rooms. The only people that knew was this boat.
Same.
Yep, sketchy as heck.
Yeah, and that sounds trap right there.
Yeah, I agree with trap, but cons is it's sketchy. The pros is we have literally nothing, and royalty is like, hey, here's you.
Nothing says we can't use their tab during it, though. Nothing says we can't use their tab and then just not show up.
Free room and board could very easily refer to prison as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could be also, hey, I did this a huge ball.
Hey, Downwind, your sound is coming through. Thank you. Kirky, I think that's Cookie. Is that Cookie this time? Sorry.
I think so.
Okay, we're gonna say that's Cookie. Yeah. Cookie comes off the ship after having made sure it was high and tight and everything for you guys and tied up and making sure Rhodey was comfortable because she's seasick. And he goes, "Oi, this is the person that I was told your old captain told me we had to meet."
Do you know Captain Hollis? Sure. Bruce? Or Boggin or Boghead, whatever your name was? I forgot your name.
It is Broly. Duke Broly.
Ah, see, I can remember Duke. Do you know Captain Hollis, Duke?
I do not. At least not personally. That's the merchant Huckabee, is it not?
Yes.
I know of him by reputation only.
And what reputation do you know of him?
Well, he's a damn good merchant.
One of the best.
Most of my clothing he's probably laid hands on, or at least he's seen it pass his ship.
I
I'll be right
recognize
back,
that tunic.
Ah, so you're one of his.
I was.
Well, I can see you still do not trust me. I will not push it further. However, regardless of if you go to the ball or not, I was told to ride back with you. And Cookie here can verify that.
Why did Cookie make promises when Cookie's not the captain?
Cookie did not make the promise.
Well, Duke, in order to ride on my ship, I have one rule.
If Cookie verifies that he's supposed to be on the ship, therefore...
My rule is that you make yourself useful. Meaning, you have to work. You'll have to swab the deck. You'll have to help prepare food. You'll have to help do whatever is asked of you. Is that something you are willing to do? If not, I recommend you find other passage.
Can I pay you for my passage?
You're willing to pay whatever you want, but my rule still stands. We don't have enough room on our boat to be taking on extra passengers. That don't work their way, at least.
Out of character. My goodness, are you making this hard on me?
I mean, it makes sense. It's not free room and board.
Well, he was going to pay.
Oh,
Yeah, but that's
she'll
still...
accept his payment.
And he was going to pay handsomely.
She'll accept a handsome payment.
Back in character. This is an outrage. I am a duke.
And I am a captain. I outrank you on the ship, sir. I might not outrank you here on the dock, but on the ship I outrank you.
Very well. How about this? My bodyguard, and he gestures to her, she will accompany you. And I will pay for her passage, and she will work. And I will wait for the next ship.
I'll look over to her.
Why won't you...
I'll look
I
over...
have a question then.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Why would the bodyguard leave the Duke by himself? That doesn't make any sense either. You humans are weird.
I'll look over to
the Duke kind of...
to the bodyguard and say, are these terms acceptable with you, seeing as you are responsible for his survival?
She kind of looks back and forth, unsure of how to answer. And he goes, by God's woman, I am not swabbing a deck, but one of us needs to make sure that they at least leave this island safely. And, well, I'm not a siren, so I'm not exactly worried. With
There's
that,
something wrong on this island?
You haven't heard?
We've been occupied for the last several days.
Yeah, after all, I thought you supposedly knew that we just got out of the ruins, and I guess your spy didn't give you your full details?
We don't have a spy.
How else did you guys know?
I don't know. The king does not tell us where he gets his information. We are simply told what to do, and we do it. For he is our king.
I didn't vote for him.
My friend makes a point. He may be your king, but currently he is not my king. I do not hail from his lands.
Clearly they used magic to locate the party, so...
Yeah, but Are they tracking is the question.
Yeah.
The other question
How did
is
they know to
why?
track it to begin with?
Yeah.
Only
And
way to find
how?
out is go meet the old project.
To make a long story short, there has been several bounties to practically exterminate these siren communities. One of which was an actual very peaceful community. One that the king himself considered allowing to live in Draix. In our kingdom, which is almost unheard of, considering we are not a very inclusive kingdom. We are mostly dark elves and wood elves.
We're human.
I'm an exception. I'm adopted.
And what about her? She looks human too.
She is actually a wood elf who had her ears cut off.
Ouch.
In the war.
Humans are weird. Cutting off ears.
Yes, well, she doesn't speak very much for that reason.
But, so you're saying that the reason the island is deadly is because people are hunting sirens. I hate to break it to you, the only one even remotely like that is one of us, so why would it be dangerous for all of us? And if we are the first people to survive the runes, what makes it logical that we wouldn't survive here?
I'm not saying you wouldn't. However, the king has a vested interest in all of your safety. And since one of you is a siren, it makes sense to protect all of you. Does it not?
So you're saying don't come to the island because we all may be killed because of one person. But at the same point, I'm kind of curious why there's all the bounties on this island but not on the other islands. So you just intrigue us more.
Association.
Yeah. Oh, even then, we're the first people to survive the rooms. Do you not think that we have a chance to be able to defend ourselves?
Depends on how
Did
many
you
they
not
send
see
at
the
us.
cemetery?
I saw it on the other island, but not this island.
The cemetery is the cemetery for all the Usper Isles.
You guys travel your undead to another island just to bury it?
Yes. It is the waterway, or so I heard. I'm not from here. I've merely picked up on this information being here for the last, 5 days now.
So, Duke, let me put this in a way that I think anyone can understand. We currently do not have a reason to trust that our destination is one that is safe for us. Perhaps, if your king is so desperate for us to come there, he might have a message with his royal seal, or something along those lines.
Well, yes. I have a scroll here that is unopened, untampered with, and magic can detect if it has been tampered with.
Why didn't you leave that then?
Because I thought I was good looking and charming enough that you would just simply believe me. I am a duke after all.
I will hold my hand out for the letter. Unfortunately, Duke, that is not the case. You are nowhere near good looking or charming enough, but I'm sure some people find you so.
Why, thank you. I think. And he pulls out of his tunic a rather ornate looking scroll that is indeed magically bound with a seal that only the intended person it is meant for will it open. And he hands it to you.
So now we get to figure out which one of us is the chosen one, because there's only one person is supposed to open it.
Does it have a name on the front?
it has all of your names on the front.
I suppose
So any of you could
to
open it.
we're all to open it together.
Do you open it?
Rolling a dice. Oof.
I'm stepping back.
I'm going to give him a look and look back at the letter. Could I have someone who has investigation skills take a closer look at this?
No,
So plus, I have a +5. I don't know if Darwin has a higher one.
Darwin doesn't know at the moment. Oh my God.
Do you want
I
to
mean,
take
I
a
can
look
look at it if you want.
Yeah. I would, show it to you. What do you think? I feel like you might know the most of all of us about curses and the like.
Between me and yeah, one of us might. That is a 19.
So you examine the scroll, which has all of your names on it, and it has a magical seal. From all of your abilities and intuition and past experiences, no knowledge of anything related to something like this scroll is exactly what it seems. It is completely safe to open as long as it is one of your party members opening it. Not even Cookie or Clank can open it.
Do we have an idea of what might happen if they tried?
Nothing good.
Painful, agonizing failure. Understood. Do you share this with me, Amari?
Let me see. Yeah, they would actually share that because she doesn't trust a human more than she doesn't trust us.
Well, I guess as captain, I'll take the risk myself then. Anyone who wishes to, I'll give you a chance now to step away.
Yep, backing up.
I was about to say, Amari's going to look at you, fly up a few, about 20 feet and sit there going, I would recommend pointing it at someone else just in case. Don't point it at yourself.
I'll point towards the Duke.
I was like, that was what Amari was thinking, but she was thinking, in my head as a player, I was thinking you'd point it toward the water, but Amari wanted you to point it at the Duke. Just saying.
The Duke kind of like cocks an eyebrow, but is like just undisturbed.
And I will open it now that everyone is a reasonable distance away, even if they're not so on the map.
When you open it, the
We all
seal
die.
disappears. The seal disappears and a really, really ridiculously long scroll unravels, and it says, Hear ye, hear ye. For generations, the Blood Dynasty has ruled with unyielding dominance. Their empire sustained by dwarven craftsmanship, arcane mastery, and an iron will. Their reign was defined by conquest, a legacy of fear disguised as unity. But now, King Zipharaz of Blood, both revered and feared, has decided that he no longer wishes to hold his power through strict control and brutal tradition. This year, for the ball of the Festival of the Spear in worship of the god General Maddox, he wishes to show the might of the dynasty with a grand display of a softer military strength. And he wishes for it to be a turning point. With this, he cordially invites you, as well as his long unseen brother, Duke Varazan, and his dear niece, Lady Malvania, to join him alongside him and his daughter, Princess Zora, to celebrate the great god, General Maddock, and enjoy a fun night of festivities and dancing and fine dining. He also requests that those who have survived the ruins accept a quest for riches and gold and fame on the morning after the ball. If you accept, the ball is in 14 days. It doesn't actually say 14 days, but it says the date, which is 14 days from today. If you accept, the ball is such and such date. The diplomat who is carrying this is a trustworthy man. I trust him with my life. Well, I trust his bodyguard, to say the least. He has excellent taste. Moving on. All expenses paid for, and you may stay wherever you wish. And your ball gowns and ball dress wear will be provided. Again, all expenses paid.
I assume I can't incite a piece of paper. Did it speak out loud, this message? It's like a magic mouth thing? No? Okay.
No.
I
It
would-
is written in very fancy common.
I would read it out, skipping a lot of the middle parts by going blah, 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 and then get to the important part at the end, where he says the guy is trustworthy and so on, and all of the expenses paid and everything. I'll look over at the rest of the party. I suggest we discuss this Dukeless, perhaps. No offense.
Where
None-
someone can't eavesdrop?
None taken. I am going back to the tavern to drink that disgusting slop that they call wine. My bodyguard will remain outside the door of the tavern. So if you wish to find me, you can. You, my dear, if you do enter this village, might I suggest a headscarf?
You might.
Blue skin is so unflattering in this village. So much and so. I've seen several blue-skinned people, hanging from rafters. If you catch my drift.
Mari's going to look at herself, then look at Dalwyn, then look at Asna and sit there going, I think we have an issue here. I have no F's to give.
I think there's a very particular type of blue skin that he's talking about.
Well,
I'd
he said
take
blue
your-
skin.
I'll take your word of caution under advisement. We do have means and methods of disguise.
Well, Tinka doesn't have skin. He has scales.
Well, then Tinka is safe.
Yeah, you only
That
have
one's
blue
really
hair.
on the skin side too.
Speaking of Tinka, though, when I mentioned the deity, General Maddock, was it?
Mm-hmm.
I would look over at Tinka and say, do you know who this is? This general?
I believe so. Do I need to add a character? Do I need to make a roll for that, Venus?
Because
Or-
it's not the one that you worship, yes.
Okay, let me make a roll. Let's see, religion. I got a +4 on that.
It's slightly better than my +0. Can I
Okay,
guidance on that? Do I have guidance? I do
Sure.
have guidance. Can I guidance, please?
Yes, or you can use the free inspiration that you've been holding on to.
Back.
Either one.
Guidance is free.
I'll give guidance. to
Anyways, I rolled a 19 on a die. Plus
Nice.
4 is 23.
Plus
And
your
then
1d4.
guidance. Let me roll d4. Plus 3. So 23 plus 3 is 26.
Okay, so as much of an expert as you are on the goddess of Nefertari, who you worship with every inch of your being, you are an absolute expert on the god General Maddox. You know that General Maddox is primarily worshipped on the Uspar Isles. His appearance, he's a very imposing dragon that looks of deep crimson and black scales. He's known for strength and martial prowess. Uh, he has angular patterns that look like armor on his already very hard scales. He has amber eyes. He's a very proud and battle-hardened dragon avatar of the god. He's often found leading armies from the sky or surveying battlefields. He is known as the Lord of Military Strategy, War, and Martial Ability. He believes in the superiority of strength and spearheads the pantheon of the gods.
I relay that all up to the group who's willing to listen.
So we've been
Sounds like he
invited.
thinks pretty highly of himself.
We've been
Sorry, go
invited
ahead.
to an island of blood by a deity of war for apparently a peaceful engagement. What say you all?
Trust it.
Maybe they want to butter us up to send us off to fight someone.
I'd like to know how they knew,
Me too.
I have a
and
feeling.
that's why I don't trust.
An Audrey, someone with
Tinka
bigger
believes
head.
that maybe they have a permanent scry on there, saying if anyone actually comes out of that exit that we came
Perhaps.
out of.
They would have to have someone monitoring it, but with the funding of
Of
royalty,
a kingdom,
that's maybe not impossible.
or maybe even a. Let's see. I'm gonna roll a Arcana
Easy enough
check.
magical glyph to go off when somebody goes through the exit to the ruins.
I'm just gonna server mute him for a minute.
Okay, I rolled a total of 21 for Arcana. So, what I know about like spells that could alert somebody from afar, that would alert them.
So, based on your knowledge and all of your history of being a cleric and everything that you know about magic, something is not quite fitting what everyone is thinking is going on. And a word that the Duke used keeps going off in your head. He said the prophesized quest takers.
Oh, okay. This is the work of Nefertari. She's guiding us this way, I believe. I have to believe that we're meant to go to this ball. We're chosen.
Okay, so chosen. Are you a cleric of this god, or?
I'm a cleric of the Dark Lady Nefertari, but She works in whispers, and this is kind of a whisper, in my opinion.
I'm of a similar mind as Amari. I think we have no real reason to trust in our safety upon going here. However, I think if we tread carefully, we may be able to retreat to safety if need be.
You could also use that quote unquote 4 days of playtime to um not scout's not the word. Look around,
Reconnaissance?
kind of. Yes,
They
that's the word. Thank you.
spend all their money.
Well,
No.
I wouldn't
I don't
mind
want them
spending all
coming
their
after
money either.
us.
I mean, we like someone else already said, we don't really have a lot of supplies, and nothing says, yeah, sure, we're working with you, and then leave. Because I nicely put, if any of you guys can't lie, I can't.
I am decent at deception when needed.
So,
Any
what do you do?
any objections to heading there?
No, I think we should go.
I don't trust it, to be honest.
I don't either.
No one trusts it, I don't believe, but
I trust it.
But
One of us
this
trusts
isn't
it.
even your god that's asking you to do something. I don't know how gods in this plane work, but normally your deity is the one that asks you stuff. You're the only one I think that even follows a deity here. But it wasn't your god; it's some other god trying to manipulate us. That just sounds weird.
And you don't even know if it is a god that's manipulating.
True, that too. But how Amari is thinking, because remember where she's from, usually the deities, if the deities are intervening, they only intervene with your own. Tinka's the only one saying they want to go, but it's not even her deity or their deity. So I'm kind of where's the logic of wanting to possibly risk everybody's death? Because I don't know about you, I choose life.
Cookie has been listening to all of this passively in silence, and he goes, "Well, I can't speak for the crew because we belong to Captain Asna. What I can say is over the past several months, the current king of the Blood Kingdom inherited the throne. He inherited the throne a couple years ago. He, his wife, and his daughter. Well, several months ago, his wife fell ill and passed away. Since then, he has been trying to make the kingdom more peaceful and inclusive. Hence why there is a human duke wandering about, and talks of taking in a siren encampment. And there has even been talks of trade with the beast people in the deserts of Ritem once again. Which,
If he's trying to make things, where everyone works together, why didn't he ban the fact of killing sirens then?
He doesn't have
well,
control over this area.
Oh yeah, this isn't the Blood Kingdom, is it?
no.
Who rules this area then?
This is the Whisper Isles.
Someone has to rule them.
Believe it or not, uh, no one rules them.
The Isles
Damn.
are the Isles are independent.
Yes. They run off of a chief system on each island, and then the group of chiefs vote on what goes on with the Usper Isles. There are a select couple of islands that are unowned and unnamed, and because they are unowned and they are free to give. The king has actually bought a couple of those, rather quite recently. That's why they're still unnamed. The one with the ruins that you came out of, he actually bought those, about 15 days ago.
Timing is quite convenient. One thing I should say, Cookie. You may be part of my crew, but I expect all of my crew to have their own opinions and to voice them as needed. I appreciate your candor.
I will
Does
follow my
make-
captain to the end of the world, but it is also my job as somebody from your previous crew to give you advice once in a while. My advice is go. Maybe don't go to the ball, but at least go to the kingdom and scope it out.
And I think this letter, at least, will provide us protection. While we're in the kingdom, we have the king's seal on it.
Yes. And if you roll it back up, don't hold me to this, but I believe if you roll it back up, the seal will reappear, and only one of you can open it.
Yes.
I'll roll it back up.
Well,
Say, I heard Dark
With-
say something, but I couldn't hear what it was because he was too quiet.
this is too quiet because I got cut off.
Sorry.
With what Cookie just said is another angle. Since he just bought that island, he could be like, "Hey, I want to know what's in it, what's on it. Kind of tell me what you know." That type of stuff. Kind
Are
of
you
like a kid
asking,
with a new
Cookie,
toy.
or?
No, I'm just saying here's a new angle to look at.
Where we ask him or we tell him what we know.
He's more likely going to ask us if that's the angle.
Okay.
Who's like a kid with a new toy, like, ooh, did you find, I don't know, aliens in the
Cookie
ruins?
does say that something that does trouble him. He says that when you were reading the scroll and mentioned that the king's brother and niece were coming, and he is slightly worried about that. Because last he heard, the estranged duke and the king were not on good terms.
Why the hell would they put that in a letter to new people? But okay. I'm not.
Probably as a show of good faith.
Maybe, as I shrug.
In either case, if we are to head into town, I think I shall need another disguise.
Owen, that's his specialty, isn't it?
Yes.
Should be a white girl
I can
this time.
I can unmute Darwin
Okay.
to see if he's back.
I haven't heard him, but
I had his
if-
server muted.
oh, okay. I was about to say, technically my character is a white girl as well as a blue person. That's why I did that look. So when you say white girl, my character looks at you and just scowls at you.
I mockingly scowl back.
My wings are prettier than your wings.
Now you're just being delusional and petty.
Probably.
Girls,
Clink,
girls, you're both beautiful.
Clink chimes in and goes,
That's a good viewpoint.
my new dad is always going to be better looking than you. Looking at Amari.
Sick burn.
So
Thanks, kiddo.
Andre up and down looks at Clink. You two kind of fit each other with your appearances, and obviously I'm far more superior, but it makes sense why you're fitted for each other.
Clink kind of looks at you and like squints his brows together, like he really does not understand.
Oh, Clink's a boy? I thought that was a girl.
No, Clank is a boy.
I think if the worst comes to pass where they try to attack us, well, we have Amari. There's no way that we can fail with you wanting to kill everyone, right?
And when
I mean-
Rhodey's not motion sick, seasick, whatever.
I mean, Rhodey and me were starting to bond last time, so yeah. I guarantee you, anyone that tries to touch you, I will gladly put a knife in their back. You know, right between the shoulder blades.
Clank kind of shudders.
Oh, come on. You lived in a monster encased ruins. You should be used to this stuff. I'm sure they were so civilized.
They were actually a lot nicer than you are.
I don't know
Yeah.
if it takes much for that.
Still, if you supposedly weren't you also held captured by the tickle monster?
You know, I don't know. He kind of looks at you like at this point this feels like it's been years, even though it's only been like a few days or a couple days or whatever. He's like, oh, I've slept since then.
So you have a very short memory. Gotcha. So in other words, sorry, Andre, your kid was dropped on its head or something because their attention has issues. Or their
42
memory
Wallaby
does.
Way, Sydney.
And pretty much, we have a dory on our boat.
Hey, I'm young for my species. I still have a lot to learn.
Even then, memory. That's not learning. That's it. You might need to work on flashcards or something to work on their memory. Be a good dad.
Dad, she's picking on me.
I'm not picking on you. I'm seeing the obvious. I lived in the abyss for over 100 years, and I can still remember where I came from.
So, perhaps we should move to another question. Do we want to break our rule of making people work for their pay, for their passage? Or should we let this diplomat on board?
When has
Like-
that been a rule?
It's
I'm
been
not
a
being
rule.
mean. I'm just curious.
It was a rule that Asna instated, mostly just for this diplomat.
Clank looks at you and goes, wait, was I supposed to be working this entire time?
Yes.
Oh, does selling y'all stuff count as working? Because I'm really good at that.
We don't have any stuff to sell.
I do.
Well, that's not you selling our stuff. That's you selling your stuff.
I could sell your stuff for you.
We
But
don't
you
have
never asked.
anything.
Oh,
When you get things, obviously.
You know, that actually is a good point. Once we get things, we could use a merchant to help sell for it. Maybe someone who can get better prices for us. I say that counts.
see, I'm useful. All right, so Darwin is still AFK, so I am going to dungeon master the Shiznik and say that he gives you a new disguise kit that Clank magically procured him somehow.
Can I look
On the
like a
ship?
purple tiefling?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Matter of fact, I believe.
'Cause-
Tiefling if you need it.
Honestly, it's difficult to make me look, white. So add a little red tincture to my skin, and there we go. I look like a purple tiefling.
Would that work?
Yeah.
Yes, that would work because
Even has
apparently I
ears.
did not keep a tiefling.
Well, you have pointed ears anyway,
Yeah.
so.
There you go.
Even has
I was
the
would say,
ears.
I was like,
Perfect.
wait a second, I know I have the tieflings because I had a mission in my game that required 2 purple tieflings.
How do I attach to myself?
Just use that as your token and change the information on it.
we will just put you over here.
I can make him invisible for you.
I don't
First,
We'll
you
say
might want
the-
to. I was going to say, make sure you unattach the bug first, or not, then the bug will disappear too.
There you go.
Gina is my name now.
Yeah, sorry. Like I said, I needed it for an NPC in my game, so.
Since y'all have verified that Cookie is who he says he is, it is safe to leave Dalwyn on the dock with him.
What if Dalwyn becomes damsel in distress again?
Yeah, I was going to say, didn't last time we leave him on the dock, he got eaten?
Yeah, but you left him with somebody you didn't verify identity with. Y'all verified Cookie's identity.
We'll lock him in a room with
Brody?
Rhodey, yeah. Then that way nothing bad can happen to either of them.
There
Unless
you
they
That
kill
go.
each other.
That works. I was
Yep.
just like, that sounds very dangerous, just leaving him there when last time we left him, he literally did get eaten. I was going to say, he almost got eaten. No, technically he did get eaten.
He did
Yeah.
get eaten.
He liked it too.
I don't think
Weirdo.
so. I really don't think he did.
He was terrified. Alright, so where are y'all going?
Well, we need to
Bed.
go to we need to go to the tavern and accept the quest, but we're not really in a hurry for that. Perhaps we can walk around, see what else is here.
Absolutely.
Doesn't look like there's
Oh.
a whole lot, to be honest. It looks like marketplaces and buildings. Nothing unique.
Could be a
just-
marketplace of interest.
True.
Just from the dock alone, you see a lighthouse. You see a couple outdoor stalls. They all look like they sell like lemonade, coconut water, and various other tropical like outdoor refreshments, essentially, for like tourists walking around. This building here looks to be some kind of like official looking building, but from where you're standing you can't really tell. Right here is where you think you saw the Duke walk into, and if
the
you like
Alpha's
just
here,
barely
too.
yeah, if you just barely come up the path, you'll see his bodyguard in front of it, which is where he said she'd stand.
See her on the
And
map.
well, yeah,
Oh, there
but
she is.
y'all.
Okay. There she is. She's in the purple building. Okay.
Um,
I assume we're walking along as we go. It's just hard to move everybody at once.
yeah. That's all y'all can really see from the dock. So,
I'll shoot the bodyguard a wink and finger guns as we go by. Or, sorry, finger crossbows.
I was gonna say I would shoot her a different finger, but
she kind of scowls, but doesn't like really react otherwise. As you get closer to like the lighthouse and the other little markets, you hear, "Get your lemon water, only 2 copper."
what is
I
a
like that.
lemon?
Yeah, I like that.
I'm going to say just loud enough for her to hear. Ah, she sings like a siren.
What is a lemon?
How dare you, good sir?
Madam?
That is blasphemous.
Mari, a lemon is a crossbreed between a citrus and an orange. It's a
Gotcha.
man-made fruit that's really sour.
Gotcha. Because that's not something I kind of know what that is. We don't have. Yeah, we don't have that.
Makes sense.
Do you have citrus of any kind?
When someone tells you
Which
life gave you
claims?
lemon, this one. When someone tells you life gave you lemons, tell them they're a fucking liar. Because man made lemons.
Well, Albert, if you would work for me.
She
Oh,
looks
she's-
familiar for some reason.
Yeah,
Looks like
I'm sure I've
Gilf.
seen her. Just maybe it's just somewhere.
Hmm.
You've seen one of her sisters somewhere in a past life.
Hmm.
Just like our past lives.
Yeah. But the person who was speaking and saying, "Get your lemon water," is this person here.
The girl with a hat that barely fits her head.
Fashion is odd sometimes.
Mm.
What
Very.
does this building look like it does now that we're out front of it?
As you get closer, it looks to be a like a job market
Counteracts itself.
almost. Do what?
There's
What
a
was
little,
that, Amari?
little lag.
I was to say, I already said mine. I didn't say anything else after I said lemons. It wouldn't lemons make you thirstier, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh. There was like a lag and I heard you say something, but like it cut.
Yeah, it squeezed your voice altogether. That's okay.
Um anyway, the building from the distance it looks like it's a solid building, but as you get closer, it looks to be like a pavilion where people are standing in line signing up for things. There's like a table where a guy's like, "I need 10 good strong men to plow field." And another table where a guy is like, "I am looking to hire 3 cooks for my restaurant." And various tables with similar stuff, and there is a girl out front just playing her heart out on a very interesting stringed instrument. She also has.
Put your hand up.
Do what?
Clink's trying to volunteer to do stuff. He's not allowed
was-
to do.
Amari's gonna fly up and look for these fields that they supposedly need plowed, because on the map I don't see any fields.
Anyway,
Well, that's why they need plowed.
Would they have a land set aside for that? But I don't see a spot for lands for it. So they would need, like, foresters or something to chop down the trees.
That too.
I have Tinkas on top of my head.
There's like 10 or 20 tables under this pavilion with various jobs being called out. It is absolute chaos, and there's people like lined up with like pieces of parchment and that look like stuff has been like scribbled on with a quill and ink.
Is this a normal thing for this world, people?
Well,
I'm not sure. I'm
there
not
are
from this area.
sometimes things like adventurers guilds where they post jobs for adventurers. I suppose they have job postings for non-adventurers in some places too.
Clank, listening to all this, goes, "Yeah, like, where I'm from, they don't do this, but they do something similar for, like, handing out quests."
Where are you
Isn't that
from,
what-
Clink?
Yeah, where are you from?
Oh, I'm from the floating continent. Hanging Rock.
Out of character, what race is he?
He is half gnome, half something else.
Do you ask him what the other half was? You're his
don't-
dad.
I don't think you
Um,
did.
In character, no. Like verbally, no. But I would think like while we were in the boat, I would ask him.
I'm gonna say you did not.
Okay, then I'm gonna ask him now. Like, know the other half?
Oh, well, it was something weird. So something our neighbor always said it was like demonic, maybe? I don't know.
That
Andre
kid's
looks
a
at her, looks at
demon.
Andre, looks at her.
My neighbor kept looking at me like I would sprout wings or something. She always said she would know for sure when I hit adulthood. I've still got a ways to go on that.
Can I try something that sprouts wings as it gets older? Because I've never heard of a species that does that.
Me neither. I was born with my wings.
Well,
I learned to
There
sprout
went
wings
down.
as I got older.
Where's your wings?
Yeah.
I'm hiding them.
How old are you, Clink?
oh, I suppose I'm about 40 years old.
Then that's not a
Human
kid
years?
anymore.
Yeah.
I'll be an adult when I'm 90.
What race
Oh
is
yeah,
that?
we're going on gnome. I forgot. He's a gnome. Going on
Half
gnome
Gnomes
years.
gnome.
Gnomes don't become adults at 90.
No, but supposedly my other half does, according to my neighbor.
The only demonic
gonna-
race I think of on this plane is tieflings, and they're basically hybrids from the demons.
Usually tieflings are more infernal.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't know any demonic race, so I'm
gonna
confused.
I'm gonna say this in Infernal. Um, Clink, if you're messing with us, there's gonna be consequences, dude. See if
He
he
ki-
said that.
he kind of looks at you like, wait, you speak this too?
Normally, demons speak abyssal, not infernal, and devils speak infernal. So most of the
both.
time, tieflings are from devilish heritage, not demonic heritage. But it could have been
So-
colloquialism too. Who knows?
I'll allow both languages for it.
Out of character, I completely forgot the difference. That there was even a difference.
I was to say Amari speaks both of them, so
I only speak one.
Out of character, I will say this. He is a quarter tiefling
Gotcha.
and half
Tiefling-
gnome.
but tieflings are adults well before 90 as well.
Yep, but he's quarter something else.
Celestial, I swear to God.
And
the
that's
quarter,
something
that's weird.
that something else is what is making him age differently. And that's all I'll say.
Okay. I'll have to talk to him more. Kinda.
He's a little imp.
Trust the process, people.
Yep, if we ever do go to the floating isles, we'd have to, like, side quest, learn all about his family stuff.
Anyway, it may be a good idea if we're at a citrus fruit stand to have some. The vitamins it has will keep you healthy on our journeys.
Well, yes. Yes, if you're traveling, fruit is definitely a great idea. So you don't get what's that pirate disease that people
It's
get?
scurvy, and that's for
Yes.
oranges, not lemons.
It's because of a lack
Why?
of vitamin C, which is found in both lemons and oranges, and apples, and many other fruit vegetables.
Nerd! I'm kidding. I'm messing
I
with you
am
guys.
a nerd.
Well, I hate to disappoint, but I don't have oranges. I only have lemons. My pa
break-
grows the best lemon tree in the entire world. Here, I'll
break-
even give you a free sample of my lemon water.
Breaking my heart as I take a sip of real lemon water.
Roll a d20.
Okay. I sprout. Any other appendages? I swear to God.
an extra
16.
set of wings that like counteract your main set. No. Uh, as you drink this, you feel slightly more refreshed. And you feel well rested. And she goes, "See? It's the best lemon water in all of the world."
Not gonna lie, it's way better than I expected. Too bad Rhodey isn't here. I wanted to see if it would work on the undead. I don't say that like out loud. It's kind of like to a whisper. I don't think she wants people. Oh, she's
I mean, you could bring some back for her.
Thank you, thought in my head. I will do exactly that.
Do you want to buy lemons or lemon water?
Lemon water.
So one small flask is going to be 3 copper.
Okay. I will give her 3 copper.
How much would a crate of lemons be for ship provisions?
A crate of lemons. I was not expecting a crate. I was expecting to sell them as individuals.
Well, vitamin C is very helpful. You know what they say? A lemon a day keeps the doctor away.
Anyway, I'm gonna buy 2 lemon waters. There's one for me, one for Eddie.
15
Later.
gold
I'll do that.
for a crate.
Clank, can you take care of this
Sure,
crate and get
right.
it back to the ship?
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and he looks at her and he goes, "Do you mind if we open some channels with you for future trade?" And he kind of like talks her ear off for a second and they come to like an agreement real quick, shake on it, and then he scurries back to the ship with the goods that y'all had him buy and goods that he took out on it.
Did he get us a discount on that 15 gold?
Yes, you actually got it for 13 gold.
Nice. See, he's already paying his keep.
Do you guys need anything else? I'm more than happy to help. Provided you don't compare my singing to a siren again.
I would like your name.
Oh, my name? My name is Emily.
Alright. Thanks, Emily. I want to thank you personally. And I'm going to wait for my kid.
I was just
Oh.
saying it was eerily beautiful singing. You might want to intentionally make yourself sound less good so that no one mistakes your voice.
Oh, I was always told I was a bad singer and to stop singing. You should hear some of the other locals. They sound fantastic, especially the choir that performs on the 6th day of the week. Man, do they sound amazing. And as she gets more and more excited, like talking about it, her voice starts cracking.
I will. How much was the lemon water again? Was it like 2 silver or something?
No, the flasks of lemon water were 5 copper.
Copper.
Oh,
Okay.
5.
As she's talking, I'll just pick one up and slide the copper over, and just take a sip.
Roll a d20.
2.
So, while it's indeed good, it doesn't really do anything. You seem to be well to do that it just seems like some fine lemon water. tasted about the same anywhere else.
Could maybe use a little more sugar, but I won't say that out loud. And then I'll just nod politely until Clank gets back, I guess.
Did y'all tell Clank to come back?
We kind of expected him to.
Well,
There he is.
All right, Clank. What would you like to do next? What we got here?
What about
kind
that
of building?
girl?
Which one? I see multiple.
Yeah,
Oh.
there's multiple girls on this map. There's, this
Three.
one, this one, this one, this one.
this one.
Well, then you pick.
This one.
This one.
I was gonna
Just
say,
met
the
this
players
one.
too. And
Then you
we don't
pick.
do that one.
In fact, it's easier to say which one's not a girl at this point.
Yeah.
Looks at Andre. Looks at Tink.
I thought
you go.
Tinko was a boy.
Tinka's
I don't know. I was would say, if not Andre, it's definitely a boy.
Yeah.
Well, Tinka previously wanted a curio shop. Is there any sort of goods shop of antiquities or magical curiosities or anything interesting here?
Oh yeah, there is. And the girl at the lemon stall listening to this replies.
Emily?
Yes, Emily. She says, "You look for the green weird buildings, and you'll know what I'm talking about when you get further down the path."
So there's multiples.
Yeah. But like, just go straight down. They'll be on your right, past the blue building. But before you get to the pink building, they have some would you call it souvenirs stuff?
Like a gift shop?
Yeah, a gift shop. One of them's a gift shop. One of them's kind of we're not really sure what the shop is, but they always have something interesting in there. And then the other shop's kind of, well, I'd hate to call somebody's stuff junk, but like none of us really know it.
What is
But, I
this
mean,
purple one?
oh, the one on the left across from the blue building.
Yes. Across from the bright blue building.
That is a commune building. That's basically like an apartment complex, I guess.
Makes
other
sense. Okay.
countries call it. I live further down inland.
Did we get what the blue building was?
No, I did not say. The blue building is kind of like well, it's hard to explain. I'm not used to explaining our way of life to people. It's kind of like, you know, do you pay taxes?
No.
Yes.
What are
Okay,
taxes?
well, one of you knows. So every month, we can either pay taxes with money or pay taxes with goods. And if we pay taxes with goods, the goods go in that building. And then during hard times or during like bad drought, bad rainy season when we can't do trade because like nobody wants to come during those times, the food in there, which is magically preserved, is rationed out to everybody.
I believe my grandpappy called this socialism.
We call it taxes.
Oh, okay.
Oh. I had my thought of communism, but I like socialism better.
Our taxes.
It's just a small percentage of what we have each month to live on the island, and in return, we get to live on the island. We get to conduct business. As long as we pay like a percentage each month, like we pretty much have free reign to do whatever we want.
Yep, that's how taxes work.
Now, depending on the percentage of what you have versus what you give, depends on how nice of a place you get to own. Like the poor people, they have to live in that commune building. I'm middle class, so I get to live like further in, on the edge. And then there's the really rich people. Uh, they live like they have like full on houses. They don't have to share with nobody. I have 2 roommates, but we have like the whole building to ourselves instead of 20 people crammed in a building.
Sounds like paradise.
It kind of is.
Oh, sweetie, that was sarcasm.
Oh,
You sweet summer child.
welcome to Usper Islands.
What about the Sirens who offer to pay their taxes? What do you do with them?
We don't talk about sirens here.
We don't talk about anyways.
Remember,
Look.
copyrights.
Look. We didn't used to have an issue with the sirens, okay? But like 10 years ago, some guy, like, I guess he married a siren thing and then found out she was a siren, and then he basically accused her of trapping him with her siren ways.
Mm-hmm.
And then more people started jumping on the bandwagon. Anything bad around here got blamed on sirens. And then people started just hunting the sirens. And it wasn't a good time. Now we don't talk about sirens, period. Sirens aren't really welcome around here.
Yeah,
If a
screw
siren's
those
caught,
people. They're nothing but trouble.
it's just not good. Now, I can't speak for everybody, but me personally, I don't care if somebody is a siren. Alright? As long as you're not making me do something I shouldn't or don't want to be doing, you and me got no issue. But some of the people around here are set in their ways. And especially ever since that traveler came through a while ago. Well, I say traveler, he used to live around here, then he disappeared for a while and then came back.
Chance,
He
was
called
he like a scientist?
Yes, that's what I was gonna ask.
uh, he called himself something like the professor or something.
Yep.
Yep.
We ran
Anyway.
into his previous lodgings.
And experiments.
Let's just say he's
Yeah,
not the most trustworthy individual.
he was the main one who started the siren hunts. It was not good.
I mean,
Okay?
that just brings the question, why? What vendetta did he personally have against them? Why did he want
She
Well-
them
probably
dead?
she probably took the kids and all of his money in the divorce. I don't know.
From what I can gather, and I could be wrong. I mean, I've only lived here my whole life, but my life's kind of short. I'm only 25. Rumor has it that he is the guy who married a siren and things didn't go good. And then
No
he
way, you're
disappeared.
25.
Me?
Yeah.
I am
on.
absolutely 25.
Oh, dear lord.
Or just, since you said 10 years ago, you were like 15 then.
Yep.
I don't know, she looks like 25 to me. Give or take. Maybe a little older.
This girl?
Yeah.
She's 25.
You look 17.
Ah.
Most.
Nah.
Why? Well, thank you, but that's beside the point.
I mean, nowadays anyone can wear makeup that makes them look younger.
Or older.
Yeah.
I wish I looked younger, she says under her breath. Anyway,
It's crazy what makeup can do nowadays.
I can't confirm it because he looks nothing like I remember the guy from 10 years ago. And I didn't really meet the guy so much as, like, I saw, like, a news article on. I'm sure you've heard we have a traveling newspaper. They're actually based out of Lawledge, but, like, some of the news comes from here.
Hey, I'm
And
from
nobody told us
Lawledge.
about a newspaper.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I'm from Lawledge. What would I know what newspaper that would be?
Yeah, it's called the Lawledge Gazette.
Oh yeah, the Gazette Lawledge. They got a huge building for it now, I recall.
She looks at all of you and she goes, "Hang on. What do you call yourself?"
Andre?
No, I mean your group. You're a registered like traveling party, right?
We're privateers.
Okay. Well, what oh, I know. What's the name of your ship?
Well,
Hey, DM?
you've been super helpful, but unfortunately, I think we should be heading out. We've got more people.
More stores to go to.
I kind
Well,
of shoot you like squinty eyes, kind of mouth like, why do we need to hide ship name?
Didn't say that.
she's
I
like,
mouth it.
if you want to get the newspaper, I can register something related to y'all, whether it's your ship name, your group or something. And I don't know how it works, but magically on the dot, whenever a new news article is released, you'll get a copy. I
Sounds
think they do it by bird, like
That-
pigeon carrier, but I could be wrong.
That sounds very stocky-ish.
Yeah. If you don't cancel on time, it gets really annoying. I can vouch for that.
Yeah, but it's only 2 copper a month. Even a poor person can afford it.
Yeah, that's how they make their money.
And I get to read all the interesting love stories from, like, say, the deserts of Reetam. Boy, those bunny people are hilarious.
Yeah. Emily, have you ever thought about just leaving this island? Or just
Well,
Go live with the bunny people?
visit bunny people?
I I would, but then I wouldn't be welcome back here because if you can't tell from the siren hunts, our people really, really frown on mingling with other species.
I hate to break it to you, sweetheart, but you're talking to 2 tieflings, a celestial, and a kobold. So, yeah, you just backfired on that one.
And a gnome.
No. Not like interacting. I mean like mingling.
Oh, like
Emily,
interspecies marrying.
you're
Okay.
25. Live your own life, not what someone else wants you to do.
Yeah, if you want to travel and see the world, why wouldn't you?
Well, my other problem is Grandpa needs somebody to take over the lemon orchard. And
That's
You live in a community where people pay taxes of their own goods to self-subsist. I'm sure there's somebody here who can tend lemons. Your grandpa will be fine. Don't tie
but
yourself down unnecessarily.
I'm his only relative.
unless you absolutely want to get into the family business.
How much do you
Like,
like
this is what you.
lemons?
Yeah.
Well, I don't really know of anything else. I was always taught to grow lemons. That's the Marshire way.
Just saying, logically speaking, desert, bunny people, I'm pretty sure they could use some lemons, and since you know how to grow them, wouldn't it make sense to travel to spread your business instead of just keeping it local? I mean, that's just logically here speaking.
You've got a point. And with your clank person, I suppose I'd have more than one branch of orders.
Indeed.
Yeah,
I-
being able to travel is probably better for your family business because you'd make more money because the island only gets so much income and you only get so many people because I didn't exactly see a whole lot of boats on the dock waiting. So it, I maybe it's just my logic, but
Let's put it this way. You asked what our ship name was. It's written on that boat that's out at the dock. There's only one out there right now. If, for some reason, you decide you want to live your own life instead of that of your grandfather's choosing, feel free to hop on board that boat. I'm the captain. We'll accept you. We'll make you work your pay, but you can come with us.
He looks at you and she's like, "How long do I have to decide?"
We don't
How long
know
are we
exactly
staying
how
here?
long we're staying here yet. At least until tonight. Unless they chase us off for some reason.
And then she looks at you and she goes, "Can you fit, say, 12 more crates of lemon?"
I think we can
Probably.
make room.
She
I'm gonna
goes,
look over at Clank.
"Done." Clank nods emphatically and goes, "Oh, yeah. We can fit like 50, Cap."
We'll go with a dozen crates, and that'll leave us room to grow for something else.
He nods. He goes, "So what you think? You joining them?" And she's like, I think you've convinced me." And with that, she starts like walking off to her like little house that she
Oh,
shares
Emily,
with her.
before you leave,
Yes,
if you decide to join our ship, introduce yourself to the cook and say Asna sent you.
can do.
Oh.
All right. Now with that, she's walking off and going to her little house that she shares with her grandfather and one other person.
Poor Grandpa's gonna die alone.
How
Nothing.
could y'all?
We could take the old man with us, and he could die on the boat.
Nah.
Yeah.
He's less useful.
True. Wait! I thought I was the evil character.
I'm not evil. I'm pragmatic. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference.
All right. Where did y'all? Oh, y'all moved a little bit further down. Okay, so y'all have enticed Emily to go on a journey with y'all.
How many NPCs can we gather?
Right? Who's adopting Emily?
Even Amari wouldn't adopt her because that would be, having to take care of, the male Amari, because that means, danger. You have to take care of them, and survival, and the
Sounds to me
female Amari
like
would kill her.
sounds to me that Andre convinced her to join. So
Haha, you're having like a full family.
Oh, yeah, because I'm about to say, and I know I wrote it down.
I mean, she is an adult.
Andre's 25.
I mean, the other one's an adult too, technically.
same age, already got a kid. You know, women sometimes like to see a man with responsibilities. You know.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. This girl here, she is strumming an instrument. Oh,
Oh, she is
did
dead.
not mean to do that. She is strumming an instrument While she is like looking at a table under her like little umbrella, and the table has like the strange rock looking thing, and then like little cups with like water in them. And she was not expecting y'all to come over at all. She is in her like strumming and like humming, and the tune that she is trying to strum and hum to sounds kind of like something y'all heard on the other
Like the devil went down to Georgia.
no, it sounds like the tune that the children were singing Jump Rope to.
The ones that were saying about killing sirens.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna just gently tug on Andre's sleeve.
Yes, bud.
She's like, "Oh, I was not expecting visitors. No one ever comes to my little tent. How can I assist you?"
Which is odd, because yours is the closest to the road, so I'd think you'd get more foot traffic.
Yeah.
For
Now
some
we're
reason,
committed.
they always go to the Lemon Girl, ew, and then they go to whatever that lady is. I don't know.
You
I
guys
never
don't even
pay
know what.
attention.
I was gonna say, you don't even know your stall neighbors?
No. So the way the stalls work, it's kind of first come, first serve. I get up early enough, so I always manage to get this stall, but the other stalls are always different. Oh, I suppose
I have sold things for a day in a stall. You get to know your stall mates pretty quickly. But yeah.
I suppose I should introduce myself. My name is Diana. I had to change the name because I remembered the name is not one I should be using with this group.
And what do you sell?
Oh, I sell rock water.
Fascinating.
Looks at the
Okay.
ground, looks at the cup, looks at her, kind of confused.
I guess I should explain. So some rocks, when processed right, can be used as flavoring for children's candies and such. But I found that you can also put them in water and it makes a very refreshing drink. And you can get them in different flavors and colors. Would you like to try?
It's very skeptical, but sure.
I mean, it
Question
sounds
So,
mark.
kind of like rock candy, but rock candy isn't made that way.
so I have grape, blue raspberry, orange, and blueberry. What would you like?
Okay, repeat the options again. I heard it was grape.
Grape, blue raspberry, orange, and blueberry.
These flavors are an
Yeah.
affront to nature.
Yep. I'll try orange.
Orange? So she takes one of the containers that has like orange colored little tiny rock pebble looking things that are not quite powder but almost powder,
She
and she
painted
like
them.
she measures out like just a little bit, and she like dumps the measuring cup over into one of the cups of water and then puts the measuring cup back, takes out like a little stir stick and then like whisk it really carefully, and as you're watching like the little pebbles dissolve in the water, and then she takes like out a bag of ground like white stuff and sprinkles that in and then mixes it together, and she goes, "That's for sweetness." And then she hands it to you. And it genuinely looks like orange colored water.
I down the hatch it goes.
Roll a d20.
Roll the die.
Constitution save. Oh no.
13.
13. She goes, "Oh, I probably should have mentioned there is a small possible side effect."
Of death.
And as she says this, you notice your hands are starting to turn orange. And everybody else can see the rest of Andre is turning orange. She
I
goes,
can think of as Willy Wonka. Violet's turning violet.
She goes, "Don't worry. It doesn't last very long. It's actually quite fun. But the color only lasts for like a few minutes."
Oh, I thought you were about to say a few months.
Say,
Out of-
I might see why no one's stopping at your stand if they just change their body color. Especially if you drink the blue raspberry, you turn blue. And from what I hear, you people don't like people who are blue skinned.
Is wild magic frowned upon here?
No, why would it be?
I was saying that out of character. Sorry. So I will not get shot if I pronounce it like. Oh, yeah. I dabble with wild magic. I'm used to this. Like last night, I had to drink so much coffee so I wouldn't teleport off the ship when I slept.
She grins
Say-
and she goes, "Honestly, I think my grandma may have invented these drinks. 'Cause like she once knew a guy that was into wild magic. But that was a long time ago. That sort of thing is like frowned upon in our commune, but like we don't frown upon like visitors and tourists who are into it."
Is this
Okay.
island a mile across? Like, could we safely have Andre teleport and after sleeping tonight?
Uh,
No.
Yes, if he teleported in the direction of the other end of the island and not a mile north of the ship or something.
Speaking of teleporting, are my randomly teleporting shoes not working at all?
You just haven't hit the teleport. They just haven't randomly teleported you.
Gotcha.
Random being the key word. I'll tell you when then. I have to roll, and if my roll doesn't meet the requirement to have you randomly teleport, you're randomly teleport. Trust me, I've rolled. There were a couple times that I could have had you randomly teleport, and it did not want you to teleport.
Have you ever heard the saying, you can't squeeze water from a stone?
Well, no, but you can use stones to lift water. Crows do it all the time.
Anyways, it was a pleasure
Water?
meeting you. Asna's
Now
giving
we
a
know
wide
why
berth.
this area. I'm gonna speak in Infernal to Asna, and sit there going. Now we know why. If she thinks crows can make water from stones too, we know why she doesn't get much businesses.
I'll reply back in Celestial. I don't speak Infernal.
Okay, I'll repeat it in Celestial too
I
then,
will.
because I do speak Celestial. I thought you were responding to Andre earlier in Infernal. That's why I said it.
No.
But my character's just like, yeah, we know why she's not making much money, because that makes no sense and is not logical.
Mm-hmm.
I'll explain out of game. This nice lady her name, you'll probably guess the last name. Her name is Brownie Pearl. And she goes, hello, 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 hello.
Sounds like
Hello.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
It's a good one.
My name is
Oh,
Brownie
stop.
Pearl. How do you do?
Please tell me you make brownies. And hopefully
Oh,
not made out of pearls.
absolutely. I do use sugar pearls, though.
I suppose that could count.
Really all sugar pearls is processed sugar that's been reshaped into pearls instead of cubes for aesthetic looks. And I just kind of toss those in the batter.
Not gonna lie, that must be a hassle for processing and shipping. Spheres are
Gotta crunch them
really
up
hard.
real good to get them to process correctly into the brownie batter too. But yeah. Sugar pearls are a thing in real life too. It's pretty cool. Can I have your honest opinion on something, Miss Brownie?
Well, sure.
What do you think of our red-headed friend over here?
Which one?
2 redheads, because the one by the building is also a redhead.
Well, also Clink is like slightly
Yeah, and
strawberry
Well,
blonde.
You could
that
argue
wouldn't be
Andre's
her
redhead.
redheaded friend. That would be our redheaded friend.
yeah. This lady
Yeah,
over
and-
here, I would have gestured in that direction.
Oh, well, she's kind of absent-minded, but she seems nice.
Okay.
I managed to get this stall like every 3 days, and she's always there because she's there early.
She seems driven.
Driven? How so?
To sell her product, despite all odds.
I mean, it is a rather fun product. I buy it occasionally, but to be honest, I wish she had more flavors. I'm not exactly a fan of grape, and I'm not exactly a fan of blue raspberry. The blueberry and the orange are okay, but I really wish she would have, like, I don't know, some lime, some bananas, something.
And you wouldn't want to
maybe she can buy
accidentally...
it.
Go ahead.
I was just saying she should have bought lemons from Emily. Some
Oh,
lemon flavored.
oh, don't mention that girl in front of that girl. They don't get
Oh.
along.
They're lovers? Oh, never mind.
Uh,
I was hoping wholesome, but no, it wasn't.
no,
X's.
back before Emily took over the orchard, she had a deal with Emily's grandfather with something to do with the lemons to like help flavor her candy rock, whatever she uses for that stuff. And Emily canceled that deal
I
when
guess
she
she
took
didn't
over.
sweeten the deal enough. Get it? Get it?
Good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, I'd like to sample your brownies. What crazy,
Sure.
strange thing is involved with these ones?
Well, if you eat too many of them, you bounce off the walls.
Oh, I thought you were going to say.
Not
machines will
literally.
explode.
That's not
But-
going to make you change colors or anything like that.
I mean, they do a little something interesting.
And what might that
But-
be?
Well, you see, and she kind of looks around hesitantly. She goes, I don't really advertise this because most people don't sing when they eat, so they don't figure it out, and I don't recommend singing when you eat my brownies, okay?
Why not?
let's just say if you're a bad singer, you're suddenly a good singer. We'll leave it at that.
What if you're already a good singer?
Then maybe sing before you eat the brownies, so nobody questions it.
How long does this effect last?
Like 5 minutes, but results may vary depending on the person.
And are we forced to sing?
No. It only affects if you're singing. And it doesn't keep you singing. It's just if you're singing, it makes you a better singer.
I'll take a couple.
Sure. Here, have a sample first. Made with real chocolate.
And real sugar pearls. I'll nom on the sample.
And are you singing when you eat this sample?
She's first going to savor the taste of it.
Okay. Then I will not make you roll a d20.
Does it?
Now, if you were gonna sing,
Does it taste good?
yes, it tastes like the best brownie you've ever had in your life. It is, the edges are slightly crunchy, but the center is extremely gooey, but it's all firm enough to hold without falling apart. And it's sweet, but not overpoweringly sweet. And it tastes exactly like a brownie should when it's fresh out.
For that permanent fresh out of the oven texture. Perfect. I think
I'm
she
suddenly
would
craving brownies.
Yeah, right. I think she would very, very quietly, because she knows it's supposed to have an effect, sing a little scale. Just to test it out.
Brownie kind of like looks around to make sure nobody is watching, but the lady who is like playing way over here is playing loud enough, and this chick is like still strumming, that any scale you play can only be heard within where y'all are standing. And not be overheard.
And
So roll a...
I'll do it in tune with the nearby strumming so that it doesn't sound discordant, of course.
I mean, if you
Of
need
course.
someone to cover it up, my character can pull out her ocarina.
Would I gain advantage
Ocarina
on
of
this
Time?
performance roll?
You know it.
Perhaps?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
goodness.
Because it does make you better at singing.
Well, unfortunately, I rolled 2 11s, so that'll be a 20. I have a plus 9 to performance, yes.
Should have been a bard. Goodness.
She's morally imperative to not be a bard.
Oh, that's right.
You forgot what your race actually was.
So, the few, like, scales where you go, do, re, mi, fa, so, la, ti, do. You don't squeak at the end like I did. But you normally you already sound like you should be like in an operetta or something, like getting paid handsomely by, like, say, kings and queens and dukes and duchesses, whatnot. But now you just sound like you could rule the world yourself with this voice.
I'm solo singing tritonals.
Yes.
I'll take a few of these.
She goes, okay. They are half a silver apiece.
Clank.
So if you buy 2, they're 1 silver.
Clank, do you think we could store these for our journey over the next 10 days?
Oh, Oh, for 10 days? Yeah, 10 days they should be fine. After that, though, you might want to find, like, oh, I don't know, a
Bigger
bag of
furnace.
holding or something, or find a way to, like, hold enchant a room for storage. Something like that.
Did you have something, Andre?
I was just saying, if you want more, kind of what you're doing with the lemons, she's gonna need a bigger oven
Hmm.
than her little thing she's got right there.
I'm not sure how many are you willing to sell, ma'am?
Well, currently on hand, I have 200 here. And she points, each brownie is a perfect square, and they're 3 inches by 3 inches.
And you said, was it 5 silver or half a silver? Each.
Half a silver a piece.
Half a silver.
And
So
and she has
200 would
200.
be 10 gold? I will buy you out, madam.
She grins, and she's like, "Oh, my stars. Normally, I only sell about 20.
Well,
Oh,
you have found yourself in luck because I am traveling. And these could be of great use where we're heading.
that's wonderful. That's wonderful." And she's like, "Well, if you come back, I'll give you a discount."
Right. Perhaps we'll be back. I can't really guarantee, but 200 should go a long ways.
She looks at the gold that you just gave her, and she's like, "With this, even after taxes, I'll finally be able to upgrade to one of the houses where I only have 2 roommates. Thank you so
There you
much."
go.
She's conflicted now. Ah, poor Asna. She's going to just say, you haven't heard of any of those other singer types around here, have you? I'm a little worried we'd
She
run
kind
across them.
she kind of looks at you and she goes, "Well, not in a couple months. Um, there was somebody who was trying to get some more hunts going for those types, but they seem to have like cleared out before that person even came around."
And how do you feel about these hunts?
"Well, you know what I sell. I wouldn't be selling it if I agreed with those hunts."
That could have gone 2 ways, by the way. One could be part of the ingredients of the brownies is like mushed up sirens. So I wasn't entirely sure where you were going with it.
Could you imagine if you'd just eaten your own kind?
Yeah,
It'd
I
be a
was
roadie
imagining- Roadie.
situation.
Rhodey did that.
Yeah, but
yeah.
Rhodey's undead. You know?
I'm going to kind of tap my finger on the table that she set the brownies out on, and you know what? I hope you have good luck. And as I turn away to leave, I will have left 5 gold behind.
She like doesn't notice the gold until you're like a little bit away, and then she notices it like glinting in the sun, and then she like turns around and goes, Miss, you forgot something."
Keep the change.
She goes, "You're too kind."
Poor Ozna. She's got a heart of gold. It's gonna get her killed.
Or broke.
I've still
Pretty
got,
sure.
I still got 50 plus gold left. I'm not worried about getting broke yet.
How'd you get so much gold?
I had 69 gold when we started here today. I'm not sure where, but I've been tracking it correctly.
I would say I know I have a lot of gold, but my character hasn't bought anything because yeah, she's not trusting these people.
Yeah. My memory is horrible. I have no idea where I got it from. But
I
I'm
think you may
careful in
have
tracking.
found it.
I think we
y'all
got a
found
lot of
it when
gold.
Yeah, we got it from something.
I think like one of the chests the mermaids like let y'all go through that was their trash.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have 80 something, and that's the only way I could think about it.
Yeah. I gave y'all a lot of gold to start because I felt bad for y'all being naked and afraid for 4 episodes.
I like that TV show, Naked and Afraid. I'm going to check out Violin Lady over here in the corner.
I know
She
someone who looks
is.
like that.
Do you also call her Violin Lady?
No, I call her by her name. She wouldn't appreciate Violin Lady, especially since she plays the clarinet.
I mean, I once owned a violin. I haven't played the clarinet in like 10 years.
That's
Wait,
the percussion kid.
are you talking about me? Because I have red hair, curly hair like that, and my glasses look like that.
No, I know someone
I don't
around
think.
here.
Okay. I was gonna say, it's kind of weird that you know that about me, but you're not talking about me. So I was like, I was a little impressed and startled at the same time.
I'm so startled.
So she is playing her little and she's got a little pot by her feet that has like copper and silver. There's even a couple lemons in it.
I'm waiting for Amari
Someone
to
tipped her
steal it.
with it. Hey, I'm not a rogue.
I didn't say you'd sneak. You just walk up and grab it. Oh, look, free money. It's ours now.
But she is playing her little heart out, and she is playing something, kind of like and she is on like the 5th bar of whatever this very mixed beat is. And then she finally gets like to the final bar, and it's like ba da 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 da. And then she's like, "Thank you, thank you, thank you very much."
Now,
Oh,
with my +9 in performance, would I have been able to tell if this was a good, bad, or middling performance that she put on?
it is like it's not like the best performance you've ever heard. But for a non-siren, bard, it is a very applaudable performance,
Okay.
especially given the song that she is playing on the instrument that she's playing, because that song is meant to be played on like an easier instrument, and she's playing it on harder and that song.
I'll give her.
Tinka's gonna be.
Go ahead.
So Tinka's gonna hang out over here by the shore and look for seashells or anything else that might be glittering in the sand.
Okay.
We were planning to head to a curios shop soon, by the way. Tinka. But I would give her some light applause as she winds up her music.
She says, "Thank you, fair." And she kind of looks at you and she goes, "Purple maiden?
Tiefling.
Tiefling. Oh, I've never seen one of y'all before."
Well, now you've seen two, and I'm going to motion over towards Andre.
And she goes, "Oh,
How you doing?
I think I prefer the purple."
Me too.
Oh,
Ouch.
rude. I
Y'all only come in 2 colors?
No, there's all sorts of us.
when she says I prefer the purple, I catch the copper I was flipping in her hat like midair. Like no,
She's more amused than upset by that.
well, not sure if that was racist or not, but
Well, not racist, because to her, if Osna's telling her that y'all are both the same, just 2 different colors, it's not racist. It's just colorist.
colorist. I believe we come in a variety of other colors too.
There's red. Don't tell anyone. There's also
Red's-
blue.
Yeah, red's the most common.
There's pretty much the spectrum, the whole rainbow. They even come in white.
Yep. I've
There's-
never seen a white one, but
There's fewer.
Yes, you have. You
yellows
played
and
my game
greens.
before.
I have played your game, but I do not remember a white one.
Nurgle was the white one that was going to get the fake arm for somebody.
Anywho, she goes, "Oh, even green? Green's my favorite color, but purple's a close second."
You're standing in front of a job posting place. What job are you advertising or trying to get?
Oh, well, I'm trying to make my job. I am trying to get hired on as entertainment. Or at least get paid to be entertainment.
Yeah,
I
what sort
suppose.
of entertainment are you planning to be? Violin, I assume?
Yeah. I play the violin, I can sing. Although around here it's kind of frowned upon. If you're really good, and I'm really good. I can also play a variety of other instruments, and I can dance.
How good are you
At dancing, pretty good.
at singing?
At singing? Well, let's just say I don't eat brownies when I sing.
Can
And
you
she kind of shifts nervously.
can you hum a bar from what you just played?
And she goes, I'm sorry. I don't dare.
Hmm.
Who are you again?
Asna.
Osna. Okay. Well, I can see you're otherworldly, gesturing to how all of you either have horns or uh other skin colors or whatnot. And she goes, "I don't know if anyone's explained, but around here, anything that walks like a siren, talks like a siren, sounds like a siren, they disappear or have a very public execution."
Have you not met a siren at all
Um,
in person?
not that I know of.
How would you know one if you never seen one? So you just
I
prosecute anyone that looks different?
I don't. But
I know. I'm just saying in general, this town. I'll just.
oh yeah, and you could basically out of character that the Usper Islands are basically Salem, Massachusetts, back during the Salem witch trials, but for sirens.
The Siren Witch Trials.
The siren trials. Yeah.
Have you... What are your fees?
My fees?
You said you're looking to perform. Have you ever performed for a king?
I have not. I've mostly just performed here in town, mostly off of tips.
Have you ever dreamed of it?
All day long.
Dressed up in a beautiful ball gown, playing your wares for the nobility, all of them watching you perform, dancing, singing, playing. Is that not something to live for?
That's definitely my dream.
What are your
Why
wares?
are you a
What are your fees?
well, I suppose a place to sleep and at least 2 meals a day for each day I perform. If that's not too much trouble.
You drive
And
a hard bargain.
I don't mind giving a percentage of my tips as a finder fee. Are you a scout? A talent scout?
I'm a privateer.
Oh.
I trade in freedom. And it seems that this is something that this town desperately needs. And you most of all.
I thought I was free. I get to come and go as I please.
And yet you're not allowed to sing.
Well, yeah, but I get to play my instruments and dance.
If you come aboard our vessel, I will pay you 3 square meals a day, whether you play or not, a place to sleep, and the ability to sing whenever your heart desires.
Really?
Well, maybe not late at night because people might get very upset, but other than that, yes.
I can sing lullabies. And then she looks around as if she said that too loudly. And she goes, I can sing lullabies. Really, really good ones. You'll fall asleep instantly.
We believe you. You don't need to give us a preview.
And she's like super excited. She goes, oh my goodness, I gotta start packing.
And remember, you might be able to play for a king.
Really? Oh, if I could do that, I'll sing for you wherever you need me to. Oh, I guess I didn't tell you my name. Huh.
What's your name?
Oh, my name is... Hang on.
Hank? Oh, okay.
Cyrene.
No,
I have a theory that
Skip it.
she's half siren already.
It's
Naylene...
Skibidi.
no, it's Naylene Jaharan.
Oh, she's French.
Jaharan?
Yes.
Not
So it's
Janaran?
spelled... no. There's an extra A in there, and there's no N after the extra A.
That's quite a
So
coincidence.
She could be your cousin.
uh,
Based on the name alone. Just saying.
once you're packed, Naylene, was it?
Yes, Naylene.
Once you're packed, head to the ship. Tell them that Asna sent you.
Yes, ma'am. And with that, she grabs her case and like hastily puts her instrument in there, and then grabs her jar, and then looks at it, and she goes, "Do I? Yeah. I need this." And then like runs off to the purple commune building.
I'm
and
gonna
like
I'm gonna watch her scamper off, and as she's out of hearing distance, I'll say, "That girl has no idea how much she's worth."
It sounds like you're scheming, and I'm for it. You should be a dungeon master.
Fancy that.
Asna, I'm gonna poke you in the side, and then Celestial sit there going, "Are you having the same idea I am, and just have someone go as our replacement and pretend to be us?"
Oh, that could
Oh,
be deceptively murderous. However, I don't think it would work, and I'm going to hold up the scroll. This should be proof enough that it wouldn't work.
Ah, but what says that we have to open the scroll in their presence?
It may be their reason to make sure we are who we say we are.
Not only that, but the diplomat's already seen you.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
But he's seen one of me.
That said,
That is true.
at worst, she can make a great distraction.
Or entertainment on the boat, so we don't have to kill people.
Even better.
Like,
Or she could babysit Clank.
we never even got to the store, and it's almost time for the session to end.
Hmm.
That's what we get for role playing.
Sorry about that, guys.
We
How dare you
collected-
roleplay in a role-playing game?
We collected
Yeah, I know.
NPCs too, so tempted to
Yeah.
take Cookie along or Brownie along with us. We'll have a Brownie and a Cookie.
You can come back.
Yeah. The other lady though, she can stay.
I mean, she didn't exactly seem to hate Sirens. She just,
She has a few rocks loose, it seems.
yeah. She's sweet.
Uh-huh.
She just doesn't know how to make friends. She's secretly lonely inside.
And crazy.
I will let y'all roleplay the store and the roleplay channel outside of game if y'all would like.
Okay.
If that's okay with all of y'all, since we didn't get to actually make it to, and next session you're not gonna have time.
I figured next session we're probably just gonna say hi to whoever that is, hop on the boat and head on out. Say hi to these two. Say we're in, and then start going.
Yep. Is there anything y'all want to do before we end the session?
Convince the whole town that
Nope,
sirens are actually good.
Tinker's just
Murder everybody.
looking for seashells on a seashore.
Tinka, roll a d20.
Okay, just a plain D20?
Plain d20.
Or a fancy one.
Alright,
Like a yeah.
a plain 20 on a d20.
A straight
seven-
20.
A 17.
A 17? Okay, you find 17 varying seashells on the seashore. And Clank
Hey,
can
just
sell
did it.
them for you if you want.
So I say it again?
You found 17 varying seashells on the seashore and can sell them for you if you
He just
want.
has to change his name to Sally
Yeah. Sally sells
And
and
seashells
only
on
sell
the
them on the
seashore.
seashore.
I mean, you are his dad now.
I'm not naming him Sally.
It
No,
could be his
I'm not-
middle name.
I'm not interested. I'm not interested in selling them.
Would you be interested
Nope.
in sharing them with another connoisseur of the sea?
Sure. Happy to share with my friends.
Aw, excellent.
Just
Also,
don't
would
go
be.
supernova on me again, please.
I won't intentionally. And the stronger we get, the easier I have controlling it.
That's hilarious. All right,
So,
guys.
Tinka is actually looking to make enough like lays. Make enough to make a lay for myself. That's what I was trying to do.
Nice.
Like a necklace?
Yeah, but like long, like
LEI.
the Hawaiians make
Yeah.
a like a lay. Yay.
Without having to roleplay it, would I be able to find some armor here to upgrade what I've currently got?
Not on this island.
Huh.
On the previous island, they had a blacksmith that you could have.
Oh, could during that hour that I said people could do a thing, could I have purchased some there?
Yeah,
y-
anywhere that actually has the shop informations, what they are in there.
Yeah. All I'm looking
If you
for is standard armor. I'm not looking for anything like super fancy.
Um, yes, I will get you that information, the cost
Okay.
of it at later. What was that question, Omari?
it, since you said out of game, we can do shopping. Are you going to post the inventories that are in shops?
Yes. Not tonight, because I as soon as the session's over, I'm going straight to that because I have to be at work at 7 a.m. tomorrow. But yes, I will tomorrow when I get home. I will post all that.
MDM, I got work tomorrow at 7.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. I'm gonna end off the stream. Thank you very much.
Before you do,
Mm-hmm.
if you haven't, because I know some people watch and they're gonna be wondering, um, our last game for season 1 of Xukuth A World Resets is going to be June 23rd. That is our season finale. And we will hopefully pick back up sometime in September for season 2. So, yay!
All right.
Ish.
Thanks for watching.
Yay. It's been fun.